How to spot a dangerous man. Categories of dangerous men. My years of working with dangerous men and women who get involved with them have led me to observe that dangerous men generally fall into certain categories. Let me introduce you to 8 hotties who are dying to meet you. Number 1. The permanent clinger. He is a needy, victim-based man who will give a woman a lot of attention in return for all his needs being met all the time. He fears rejection above all else, so he is jealous of other people in your life. He asks you to give up your outside life and make him your only life. He convinces women that he has been wounded and that women can love him into wellness if she will focus only on him. He may even threaten to harm himself or never get over being wounded if you don't do what he asks of you. Women have the overwhelming sensation of having the life sucked out of them by these men. Number 2, the parental seeker. He wants a parent, not a partner. He needs you so much. In fact, he needs you to run his entire life for him. It is hard for him to do adult things like go to work, make decisions, be consistent, or act grown up. He will shower you with lots of adoration, but he has very low functioning capabilities. Number 3, the emotionally unavailable man. He is married, separated, engaged, or dating someone else. He usually presents himself as unhappy with or not quite out of a relationship, and he is more than willing to keep you on the side. Another type of emotionally unavailable man is the man who is preoccupied with his career, educational goals, hobbies, or other interests, to the exclusion of ever having an interest in a long-term relationship. With the emotionally unavailable man, there's always a reason why he can't fully commit to you, but he's usually happy to keep stringing you along. After all, the situation is still convenient for him as long as you're willing to keep seeing him or sleep with him on a casual basis, despite the fact that he can't or won't get involved in a serious relationship with you. Number 4, the man with the hidden life. He has undisclosed other lives that might include women, children, jobs, life-threatening addictions, criminal behavior, diseases, or other histories that remain unrevealed to you. You may find out about these hidden lives way too late in the relationship, at which time you are already at risk. Number 5, the mentally ill man. He can look normal on the outside, but after dating him for a while, it becomes obvious that something is amiss. Most women lack the training to know exactly what is wrong. Depending on his diagnosis, he may be able to convince you to stay steaming healthy enough to deflect attention away from his mental illness. He may hold you emotionally hostage by saying that everyone abandons him, or he may wreak such havoc and create such instability in your life that you can't find a way to get out. Number 6, the addict. Most women do not recognize upfront that he has an addiction problem. Some women never see the addiction, or they mistake it for his being a fun-seeking kind of guy. This fun can include sex, drugs, alcohol, cheating, thrill-seeking behavior, gambling, food, or relationships. Number 7, the abusive or violent man. He starts out as very attentive and giving, but then Mr. Hyde appears, controlling, blaming, shaming, harming, perhaps hitting. Women who think abuse comes only in the form of a physical assault may miss warning signs of other kinds of abuse. Abuse can be verbal, emotional, spiritual, financial, physical, or sexual, or it can be abuse of the system to get his way. With an abusive or violent man, anything goes when he decides he's in control, and he will always be in control. And abuse or violent behavior always gets worse over time. What may have started out in the first months of your relationship as occasional name calling may eventually escalate into a life-threatening assault. Men who kill their partners don't usually do so on the first date. It appears after months or years of a woman putting up with violence that grows worse and worse. How far his abuse and violence goes is dictated only by his imagination and your continued presence. Number 8. The emotional predator. This pathological man has a sixth sense about women and knows how to play to a woman's woundedness. Although his motives might be to prey on a woman's financial or sexual vulnerabilities, to name just a couple, he's called the emotional predator because he hunts for his victims by targeting their emotional vulnerabilities. He can sense women who have recently been dumped, who are lonely, or who are emotionally or sexually needy. He is a chameleon, can be whatever any woman needs him to be. He is very tuned into women's bodies and eye language, as well as to the subtle messages behind their words. He can pick up on hints about a woman's life and turn himself into what she needs in the moment. These men can turn out to be lethal. There's also a type of dangerous man that I refer to as the combo pack man. This is any man who fits the criteria for more than one of the categories listed above. For instance, an addict may also be violent, or a man with a hidden life may also be an addict. Addicts are almost always emotionally unavailable. Clingers and seekers always have interwoven mental illness issues. Emotional predators always have a hidden life because hiding what they do is half the fun. Many combinations are possible and some are fairly predictable. Women need to understand that the more categories a man falls into, the more dangerous he is. Each category brings its own pitfalls and symptoms that make that type of man a bad dating choice. But add another category, another pitfall, and another list of symptoms, and you have a man unlikely to ever get it together. The deck is stacked against him. Bottom line, if after reading the above list you see your man in one or more categories, that is a red flag. Know that anyone who makes it onto this list would more likely end up causing you heartache.